Minion versus Red. Red is the co-owner of Spartan Company, www.spartancompany.co.za. He is a platinum player, and Minion is, well, he's a fairly good Protoss player, also somewhere around the platinum mark, and we have got a ZVP today, so let's get straightforward on into that action, why don't we? Yes, well, I am going to turn this game up to 2 times speed, and let's go have a look on what goes on in this quarterfinal action. Red is expressing his insane liking for this map, or not. Anyway, there goes the good luck, have fun. I don't know exactly what sort of build either of these two players are going to go. I recently got this replay sent to me on my Troll Caves account by Red. If you have any replays to send me, go and send them to trollcaves@gmail.com. Right, so as I was saying, this is part of the SCGL tournament that we're running concurrently. These games are basically a best of 3, and the winner moving on forward to the next round, and the loser just going home and crying. Here we do see SC Red going for that 14. No, not 14. Well, we got Minion blocking off the 14 expansion for SC Red, and we do have a gateway getting thrown down over here for Minion. Let's open up our tab. Sorry. Anyway, so we do have that expansion currently being blocked off by Minion, and we've got roughly 18 pool. Very, very late pool usually. Let's have a look at this production. At the moment we do have that speed coming up for the Zerg, the metabolic boost, on the way, and Red should take out this proxy pylon fairly quickly. In a lot of ZVP games, I do see the Zerg expanding roughly around 14 at 2 minutes 30 mark. So Red is expanding now at the 4 minutes 40 mark, which is maybe a little bit later than what he would have liked to have done. We do have an Overlord Scout at the top of the map, and we do have the Soul Nugget Tower currently held by Minion. So let's have a look and see what this game is going to transpire to be. We do see Minion going for that 3 gate, most likely a 3-gate robo, and putting a pylon here. Maybe he's going to do a fast forge expand. No, he's going to throw down an extra 2 gates. So he's actually going for some form of a heavy warp gate play, like a 4-gate or something like that. We do have SC Red up with that expansion finally, and throwing down a spine crawler at the expansion. Actually 2 spine crawlers. He has got that Zerg speed upgrade. Let's have a look at that production tab once more. We do see an extra queen on the way. Here comes in the Zerg forces to go do some harassing on the Protoss expansion. But Minion has preemptively got a lot of sentries who will be able to force field them off relatively easily. And we just have these lings scouting all over the place and making sure that there's no funny shenanigans at play. Minion is finally grabbing his expansion as well at the 8 minutes 20 mark. Fairly decent expansion timing, I would imagine, for Protoss. Let's have a look at that income tab, why don't we? Well, we are 32 harvesters to the 30 harvesters of the Zerg, and we can see that we are pretty much even. We've got 64 food supply to 68 food supplies. At this point in the game, we are fairly even on the unit count. So let's open up that units loss. Only 2 and 4 units lost for either team. So at this point in time, at 10 minutes of the game, not much has really transpired. So Minion has an awful amount of stalkers, so he's going to push that Protoss expansion, force field everything off, but Red has a bunch of roaches and should easily be able to hold this off. Minion is throwing an awful amount of force fields in, trying to stop the roach army of Red from moving forward, but Red will have none of that shenanigans and trying to take down the destructible debris. Minion with just an awful amount of stalkers over here. I don't know if he has got the blink upgrade. No, he has not got any blink upgrade. Let's have a look at the production if he's getting it out currently. No, he hasn't, but we do have 14 Zerglings coming on the way for SCRED, and he's getting his Spire up at the usual timing. So I do like this play by SCRED. It is a style that J-Dog likes to use as well, the Roach, Ling, and Hydro combo, although J-Dog does expand a lot quicker at 14. So I'm sure Red would have preferred to expand a lot quicker as well, but the food count is fairly even. Minion is supply blocked, and at this point in time, as we can see, we're just getting some ground level upgrades for the Zerg army. This is purely what it seems to be to me is the Roaches versus the Stalker army. So let's have a look at which blob shall win. SCRED can reinforce his army quite quickly with those hatcheries, and he is currently getting a third base at the same time. Right, so we are moving into the finals of the SCGL, and we're looking at Nemesis, the real dark horse of the tournament, making it through to the semis versus J-Dog, I believe it is, and we also have Candle and I believe Red also moving through to the semi-finals. So stay tuned for those casts as well. I will most likely co-cast them with Frosty, my trusted companion in the co-casting. So here we have another engagement taking place on the Zerg creep. Minion's throwing down an awful lot of force field. He does have that blink upgrade, but Red has those roaches, and he does have that roach speed by the looks of things, and he is really going to town on Minion's forces. And currently Minion is falling behind on the food count, 53 to 97. Let's have a look at that income tab, shall we? We have an awful amount of losses of drones, so I'm not exactly sure what happened there. We've got 48 harvesters to the 16 of Minions. I don't know if there was some form of an attack, but anyway, the economy fairly well favouring the Zerg, clearly. So we do have an attack happening at the third over here, but Minion is blinking away, and SCRED is chasing that down fairly quickly and should easily be able to deter that attack. He's taking out their proxy pylon in the middle of the map, and it is really in a commanding position to take this game and lead this best of 3-1. No, I haven't got an idea of who wins this match. I am basically cold crossing it. Minion is trying to get a third up at the same time, but SCRED certainly has the advantage in the numbers and will easily take down that base. Minion is forced to cry home and, well, run home and cry, rather. He is warping an awful amount of sentries, but he really is behind on that income tab and really needs to get another base at this point in time. Red is throwing down a fourth, and he is just in one hell of an economical advantage currently. Let's have a look at the APM tab for interest's sake. Sorry, wrong tab. Our average for the Minion player is 99 to the 60 of Red. It's rather interesting. Zerg APM is often a lot higher than other races, so Minion must be spamming an awful amount. That army tab is definitely favouring the Zerg. This seems to be a very one-sided match of Lings, Roaches versus just the Stalkers and the Sentries of Minion. So Minion doesn't have really much to answer to SCRED at this point in time. So yes, Minion is grabbing his third at this point in time, but the Zerg is already a base up exactly in the position where he wants to be. 42 food against the dwindling forces of Minion, and there goes the GG. Red just overpowering. Raiders just overpowered Minion in game number 1 with a heavily Roach army against a mainly Stalker army. So there you have the answer. If you're playing a PvC, Roaches are the way to go against Stalkers. Well done for Red. 1-0 in the quarterfinal matchup. Stay tuned for the next game of SCRED versus Minion.